Hello, dear students. Welcome to your English class. I'm Yadira, your English teacher. Today, we have a very special topic. Why is so special? Well, because today we are going to talk about the verb to be. That's right. The verb to be is a very important verb. Why is that? Let's talk about it. Okay, guys, let's talk about the verb to be. We can say that the verb to be is a really famous and popular verb. Why is that? Because we use this verb a lot in English. And today you have the opportunity to learn the simple present form of this verb. But first, let's talk about the meaning in Spanish of this verb. Meaning number one, ser. So, when you say in Spanish something like yo soy, tú eres, él está, nosotros estamos, in English we use the verb to be. Meaning number two, estar. So, when you say in Spanish something like tú estás, ellos están, nosotros estamos, yo estoy, in English we use, that's correct, the verb to be. Now that you have the meaning of this important verb, let's talk about the forms this verb have in the simple present form. Let's go. This is the first form of the verb to be, am. We only use this form with the subject pronoun I. Do you remember what is I? I, yo. This is really important. Remember, we only use am with the subject pronoun I. So we say, I am. Let's see some examples. I am happy. I am happy in Spanish is yo soy feliz or yo estoy feliz. I am at home. Yo estoy en casa. Remember, the verb to be in Spanish means ser or estar. And remember, we only use am with the subject pronoun I. Now, let's see the second form. This is the form is. We use it with the third singular person. These are he, she, and it. For example, if you are talking about Mary, a woman in singular form, then you use the subject pronoun she. If you're talking about John, a man in the singular form, then you use the subject pronoun he. If you're talking about an animal or object in singular form, then the subject pronoun is it. So we say he is, she is, it is. Remember that the verb to be means ser or estar. So let's see some example with these meanings. He is my brother or John is my brother. Él es mi hermano o John es mi hermano. She is at work or Mary is at work. Ella está en el trabajo o Mary está en el trabajo. So remember, we use the form is with the subject pronouns he, she, it. Now let's see the other form of the verb to be in the simple present. Alright, let's continue with the other form of the verb to be, are. We use are with the subject pronouns we, you, and they. So we say we are, you are, and they are. If you're talking about Mary and I, then the subject pronoun is, that's correct, we. So in that case, we say Mary and I are. That's correct. If you're talking about Mary, John, and Peter, then the subject pronoun is they. So we say Mary, John, and Peter are. Very good. Let's study some examples using this form are. Example number 1. We are sad. Nosotros estamos tristes. You are a good friend. Tú eres un buen amigo. They are at school. Ellos están en la escuela. So remember, we use are with the subject pronouns we, you, and they. And remember that the meaning of the verb to be is ser and also estar. That's correct. Okay, guys, welcome to this review time. Today was a very special class because we studied about a very famous and popular verb, the verb to be. We studied that it's a very famous verb because it's a verb that is used a lot in English. And today we studied the simple present form of the verb to be. Besides, we only study the affirmative form of this verb. Okay, let's review. Remember that we use the form am only with the subject pronoun I. So we say I am. Then we study that we use he is, she is, and it is. When we're talking about a woman, a boy, an object, or an animal in a singular form, right? We also study that we use are with the subject pronoun we, you, and they. So we say we are, you are, and they are. What about if we practice a little this verb? Let's continue with the practice time. Welcome, my dear student, to this practice time. In this activity, which is very easy, you have the opportunity to complete some sentences with the correct form of the verb to be. So you have to use am, is, or are to complete the sentence. Let's do it. Sentence number 1. Gabriel in the park. What is the correct form? Am, is, or are? Sentence number 2. My cat very hungry. What is the correct form? Am, is, or are? Sentence number 3. I, a soccer player. What is the correct form? Am, is, or are? All right, guys, how was it? Let's check your answers. Sentence number 1. The answer is Gabriel is in the park. Why is? Because we're talking about Gabriel, and when we talk about a boy in singular form like Gabriel, Peter, or John, we use he. And what form of the verb to be we use with he? That's right, is. Sentence number 2. My cat is very hungry. Why is? Because we're talking about an animal in singular form. In this case, my cat. We use the subject pronoun it when we talk about animals in singular form. What form of the verb to be we use with it? That's correct, is. Sentence number 3. I am a soccer player. Why am? Because we learned that with the subject pronoun I, we use the form am, only with this subject pronoun. All right, my dear students, do you want to continue practicing this very interesting and famous verb? Let's do an activity at home. Try to write 10 sentences using the 3 forms of the verb to be, am, is, and are. Good luck!